Okay, so next one I want is the gray line showing the sales for previous year. And this is where measures really come in handy. So let me go up to Power Pivot, Measure, New Measure. Okay, and I'll go Units Prior Year. Okay, and again, I'll just zoom in to show you that in case it's a bit small. And in the formula bar, I want to change my months and years and dates to jump back a period, jump back a whole year. So you use a little function called date add to change this filter and put a -1 in there. To change a filter, you write calculate. Again, this isn't the topic of today. This is really just getting into it. Watch the other sessions around this stuff. So I want to change the filter when I work out units sold. And the filter I want to change is date add. Okay. Always put your calendar table date in here. This is why you must have a calendar table when you're doing this. -1, year. So this is a fancy DAX formula for jumping back a year. So you go number, again, I'll go whole number. Let me change it to whole, 1000 separator, click OK. So there's my prior year column. So look at this. When I look at February 2020, I get 95, which is this 95, 112, 112. So I get the prior year. So now I can produce the chart. So here we go. We go to pivot table analyze, pivot chart up in the top here. Click on that. And I'm going to go for a combo chart down the bottom and change this to a area chart. So there we go. Okay, this is a nice way of presenting this stuff. And here we have it. Right, don't present a chart like that. It looks horrible. Right click on any of the buttons. I really dislike these buttons. Hide all the field buttons. Okay, always go for that one. So I can't zoom in and show that one. Hide all field buttons. Gone. Okay. I'm going to do a little dynamic heading, bit like Chandu did in his video. So I'm going to get rid of the legend. Right click on this area, go for a fill color. You can use the built-in, design options up here as well and find one you like. You can make the columns wider and all this sort of stuff. You can go right click and format data series. However, when you get a chart you like, okay, when you get to a chart you like, save it as a template and reuse it. So you find a chart you like, you right click on it and you say save as template. And then when you want to apply that template, right click, change chart type, go to your templates folder, and there they all are. Okay, I'm just going to go for this one. Double click. Lovely. I like that type of style. Okay, so, and again, this is going to be my heading. It's going to be units sold the prior year. Okay, so, and use that little technique that Chandu showed as well. I'm just going to highlight this and change the font. And I would match up with this font, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to go home and pick something that's close enough. Okay, go for a red. That'll do. Bold. Okay. All good? Right. However, this is showing for all years and all customers. I want to be able to just show, pick a year, pick a customer. So here we go with our slices. So we go to design, go to pivot chart analyze. You can be on the pivot chart or the pivot table, doesn't matter which one. Go to insert slicer up the top here. Okay, insert slicer. I want one for year. Okay, and then I scroll down to pick my customer and it's not there. And I start to panic, but it's here under all. Okay, under all, and I just collapse these. Here's my customer, tick customer name at the same time, click OK. And now I've got a year and a customer slicer, and I can start clicking away on the different years and the different customers. Okay, brilliant. All good. Right, so I'm now ready to move these things onto my dashboard. Okay, these are my workings pages, and then I copy everything onto my dashboard. So here we go. I'm just going to control click on those three. I'm going to cut and paste. You can copy and paste if you want. So control X to cut, go to your dashboard and paste. Okay, so here we go. And I'll just pick 2020, for example. There's a nice little chart. Right, let's format our slices to look a little bit more professional. First of all, items that don't have any data, so there's no sales for these customers in that year. Right click on your slicer, go to slicer settings down the bottom, and simply tick this item that says hide items with no data. Okay, it does take up a bit more memory, but unless you've got thousands of these pivot tables and stuff, you'll be fine. There they go, they're gone. Okay, right, formatting your slicer. This is what I like to do. I go to the slicer settings up here, click on one that's close to what you want. There's a few different built-in options, not many, but there's a few. Right click on it and duplicate it. Okay, that's the first start. So you duplicated it, call it my slicer. And the first thing I do is always turn off the border, but it hasn't applied the new slicer. It's over here. So click on it. And this is now your slicer that you're going to modify. Okay, so I'm modifying that. The whole slicer, I'm going to format it with no border. So no outline. Okay. The selected items, I'm going to format with, again, no border. The fill is going to be, let's go a little bit of a, we'll go for that color, but we'll go a little bit browner and a little bit lighter like that. Something, you know, whatever you want. Really nice that you've now got hex codes in there as well in Excel. So these hex codes, that's great. You can find them from various places. That'll do for that one. And then items that aren't selected, I want them to go gray. So format, I'm going to go a light gray, really light gray, but then the font is going to go a darker gray. Okay, that'll do. And again, border, none. Okay, okay, and okay. And now I've got a bit of a fancier looking slicer. Okay, you can spend as much time as you want on these, making them all sorts of beautiful colors and shapes. Right, I want to apply the same style. So just click on this one, go to my slicer settings and click on my new slicer style. So there we go. But I'm going to change this one. I am going to make it 3 columns. Okay, and I'm going to make it a bit taller with this height option. And I'm going to make it, drag it across here. And let's put this chart down here a little bit and move this up a bit. I'm going to get rid of the heading, right click, slicer settings, turn off the display header. So it's gone, display header off. Okay, and here's my nice looking buttons. Beautiful, okay? However, check this out, little hack. I'm going to drag this up until the curved edges disappear. And now they look like tabs, right? Brilliant little trick. And I'm going to insert a line. So insert shape line. When you draw a line, hold shift and the line stays straight. So draw a little line, okay, like that. And then I'm going to make it lighter color. And then you just nudge it up or bring my slicer down. So it didn't actually change. There we go. And now you've got a proper little navigatable tab. Beautiful. Okay, nice little trick.